Hello, awesome students. How are you? Let's continue what we have started last time about Aristotle. We said Aristotle, 384 BC, was in the history of criticism and literature pre-1900th century. Today, we are going to continue the poetics of Aristotle, part 2. There are 6 parts of tragedy: plot, thought, diction, song, character, spectacle. We are thinking about tragedies. What did we say about that? Tragedies. Tragedies in literature, tragedies in drama especially, are part of what we think about it, the critical thought of the writer. The critical thought of the writer is composed in a plot, the timeline of the story, the thought, the idea, the theme where the story is rolling around, diction. What do we get from that as a tone and a mood? Song that breaks the boredom in the middle of the drama, in the middle of the tragedy. Characters, they are the doers, they are the actors of that tragedy. Spectacles, what do we foreshadow? What do we get from that? Number 1, the plot. According to Aristotle, plot is the soul of tragedy. Wow, that's the thought, the first seed in pre-1900th century. Plot is the first principle and the most important element among the 6 elements of tragedy. Plot is defined by Aristotle as harmonious arrangement of incidents. Plot is divided into 2 parts: simple plot, complex plot. According to Aristotle, plot may be simple or complex, but complex plot is better than simple plot, as we said it in the session. Summer courses are on now, talking about pre-1900th century, talking about tragedies, drama. What do we learn through history of criticism? Simple plot have only change of fortune. Complex plot have both reversal of intention, which we can call it climax, and recognition. A plot should have a beginning, a middle, and an end. By plot, Aristotle means the arrangement of incidents in general, both connected with the catastrophe. The plot is the end at which tragedy aims. Character. Element number 2 is about character. Character comes in subsidiary to the action. That's the doer. First, the characters must be lifelike. They must be true representation of the actual human nature. Secondly, they must be like the traditional or historical personages on whom they are modeled and whose name is the bear. The character says and does the demands of necessity and probability as to satisfy them. According to Aristotle, in comedy, many characters are important, but in tragedy, the hero is the most important part. Of course, the tragic hero. Aristotle had given 4 types of hero and the characteristics. A good man coming to bad end, a bad man coming to good end, a bad man coming to a bad end, a rather good man coming to bad end. Why do we have them all bad or mostly bad? Because we are talking about a tragedy in here. He gives the idea about error of judgment. Just one weakness in the hero's character makes his downfall to be a tragic hero. That character's misfortune affects the entire people staying round about him. Aristotle terms in Humertia. That's what actually later on Shakespeare was affected by. Later, A.C. Bradley translates it into a tragic flaw. That's all about part 2, Aristotle, 384 BC, pre-1900 century, thinking about what he had written as a writer, what he had criticized as a critic, and what can we learn from Aristotle, great first initial writer in history. History of literature. If you think that you learned something new, thumb up for like, drop a comment or a query, share with others to benefit, and don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell so you can get the latest videos with Miss Karima. Miss Karima, History and Literature of English Language. Later on, we're going to go deeper and deeper in criticism. See ya. Bye.